is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! It's time!
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. One more time. Oh, hell yeah. What is up, everybody? What is going on? Happy Monday to you all. Happy 316 day, ladies and gentlemen. Happy 316 day. I hope you're enjoying yourself. This is another live edition of Steve's Kitchen here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. We're also live over on Kick. We're also live over on Twitch. Wherever you're at, thank you for tuning in. Much love to all of you. How was your weekend, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, wait. Look, I hope it was a good one. I can't hear what you're saying, but once again, I hope your weekend was a good one. It's raining today here in Jersey. I ain't gonna lie. Watching last night's Revolution, like we were all excited, like, yeah, yo, double or nothing's around the corner. But then it hits us like, yo, we still have one more pay-per-view from AEW. You have Dynasty happening as well. You have AEW Dynasty, which is still going to be happening, I think, next month in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. But look, normally I start this show at 6:30, but I had a lot going on with the computer. My computer froze again, as you can see. So I'm trying to make this as quick as possible because I know a lot of y'all gonna want to watch Monday Night Raw. I know later tonight on Raw, we get the return of the OTC Roman Reigns. We're going to get Brock Lesnar. You're going to get AJ Lee versus Bayley. You're going to get, as well, for whatever reason, Maxime Dupree and Natty. I'm going to try to get you guys out of here in no time, okay? Trust me, all right? I'm going to do my best. But if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you're notified when we go live and all that stuff. Happy 316 day, everyone from Safed. Weekend was all right, but the weather has been nasty from Draven. Yeah, brother, out here. Like, it's crazy because a couple of days ago, it was like 60 degrees. So it's like you appreciate it, but then the weather's like, not so fast, man. Not so fast. It's going to be cold one here, if you will. Rousey shows up and the crowd goes mild. Oh, we'll get into that too. We'll get into that. From C Money. What? Oh, hell yeah. So last night was AEW Revolution 2026. Live from the Crypto.com arena, a.k.a. the Staples Center, the home that Kobe Bryant built. And last night, look, it was myself, Walter. We had Chris G, Romeo on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. We watched the show as a family. We did a watch along on their channel. And look, I thought the show overall, if you want my honest opinion, I thought the show was actually a very enjoyable show for the most part. But I will be that one. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. They got to chill. Tony Khan needs to chill when it comes to these lengths of the show. Because we're talking about, 13 matches on the show? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. If you want to count the Casino Gauntlet match that went into the main show, you had about 11 matches. Well, technically 10 on the main card and 3 on the 0 hour. But reality is, like, bruh, there's no reason why this show was almost 5 hours and change. There's no reason why the main event started at almost midnight and change. There's no reason why you have Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin against the Dogs wrestling at 11:30. There's no reason for that. Why am I seeing Roderick Strong wrestling at 11:30 p.m.? Now, look, I understand. I totally get, because there are going to be some of you in the comments who are going to say, oh, but Steve, you got to understand, they were on the West Coast. And on the West Coast, there's a difference in timing and it's 3 hours back. I get all that. I've been to the West Coast. Beautiful, beautiful parts. California, Vegas, fucking beautiful. But that being said, I'm talking as a viewer who's watching on the East Coast, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there's a lot of people out there who are from the East Coast or from the Midwest, whatever it may be, right? Who watch the show, and it's like, yo, I got work in the morning. Bro, my kids got school. Fucking early morning. What are we doing? I really do think Tony Khan needs to consolidate some of the length, consolidate the length of these shows. Like, you don't need all these matches on the card. Like, I'm sorry, okay? To the sicko out there, to all the sickos, would your excitement of the show been impacted had this show not had the Dogs versus Roderick Strong, Darby Allin, and Orange Cassidy? Would your excitement for the show been impacted had we not had, I don't know, the women's tag team title match? Would your excitement for the show been impacted had we not had, I don't fucking know. Um let me see here. I guess Tony Storm and Marina Shafir? Like, I'm serious on this. Would your excitement been impacted? No, you probably still would have enjoyed the show for what it was. Look, I know there's a lot of people out there too regarding the main event. Oh man, the main event was, it was brutal. It was this, it was that. I'll be honest. I'm someone who's not into the deathmatch wrestling stuff. That's not for me. I get there's people who are into that stuff. And at the end of the day, whether you like it, whether you hate it, it is an art form for wrestling. It's an art form, right? It's one of the many arts out there for wrestling, right? Whether you like it or not. I can appreciate those that do it. All right? I can appreciate it. You putting your body out there at risk and all that other stuff. But it's just not for me. When I'm stoned, it's a different ballgame. Okay? I know a lot of you out there lost your shit when you saw the syringe go into Hangman's mouth and the water came out and all this other stuff, right? All this other stuff. I'll be honest. I was checked out. If you watch the watch along, okay? If you watch the watch along on True Heel Heat, there's moments, and now hold myself accountable. There's moments on the stream where I'm falling asleep. There's moments on the stream where I'm falling asleep. I'll admit it. And at that point, it's like, bruh, it's officially Monday. It's officially Monday. Why are these guys going out there for 45 fucking minutes? You could have easily, had a 30-minute match and still got the exact same result. But that being said, MJF he is still your world champion. Hangman Adam Page can no longer challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. He had put the Cody rule upon him. MJF, when you think about it, right, has been part of the best dog collar match, the best 60-minute Iron Man match, the best now death match, right, in this company's history. That's impressive. That is impressive. Like, yo, he went into Hangman Adam Page's world. He went into his world, the death match, Texas death match, and won. Say what you want. Oh, he used the ring. Oh, he did this. At the end of the day, he won. He won. MJF can be getting that close to ending his acting career with every spot. Did we need Lena Cross on twice? I'm not complaining, but maybe give herself something to do on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's the thing too. Like, again, you could have had some of these matches that are on the show. They could have easily been put on Dynamite. You could have easily put them on Collision. Matter of fact, they are running back one of the matches from the show. They are running back Timeless Tony Storm and Marina Shafir in a no-holds-barred match.
Fuck!
Yeah. They're running it back. They are running it back one more time, which we'll get into. We'll get into all this stuff, okay? So I did catch the 0 hour. I did catch it. For the most part, it was there to get you, excited for the pay-per-view and all that stuff. It was there to get you, get you pumped up for the pay-per-view, right? So on the 0 hour, you had Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall, who are known as Boom and Doom. Matter of fact, chat, let me know in the chat, what was your favorite match of the night? And what was your least favorite match of the night? Okay, let me know in the chat. We had Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall as Boom and Doom, and they went up against the infantries of, if I believe here, of Sean Dean and Carly Bravo. And along with them was Shane Taylor, Trisha Adora, and Christian XO. This is the first time I've seen Christian XO. My God, what a tall of a woman, respectfully. And there's a moment in the match where the Rizzler shows up and he's doing this, and what can we say? Christian XO was feeling it, and it got interrupted, and then I think it was Big Justice who spears Shane Taylor. How the mighty has fallen. How the mighty has fallen. But nevertheless, when it was all said and done, Boom and Doom got the win. Let's be honest here. These guys should be excited that they were part of this 0 hour because really, to be honest, it's all because of Big Boom AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler. Without these guys on the show, they would not have seen the 0 hour. They would have been stuck in catering somewhere. I'm not blind to that. That being said, if you watch some of these TikTok videos as of late, they're not really there no more. They're not really feeling it, huh? They're not like the Walmart family. They're not really, it's not it no more, per se. Some would even tell you that the Rizzler has surpassed the Costco family, but it is what it is. But yeah, Boom and Doom got the win. We had Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross in a TBS championship match. Both women did double duty on the show. And during the match, Lena Cross was working on the shoulder of Willow Nightingale, which literally came back to bite her in the ass in the main card. But when it was all said and done, look, Willow Nightingale did pick up the win, right? She, I guess, did a backslide for the 1-2-3. So there was that. And then we got the Battle Royal for the national championship, a blackjack Battle Royal. And you kind of had a feeling like, yo, this is going to get into the main card. And also, we did have, obviously, Ricochet. You had Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, Dralistico, Roosh, Scorpio Sky, How the Mighty Has Fallen, Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, right? Daniel Garcia, Anthony Bones, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, Ace Austin, El Clone. Remember when Ace Austin was a big deal, right? Oh, he signed to AEW. Well, there he is. El Clone, Johnny TV, Ace Austin. They said Ace Austin again twice here. Okay. Austin Gunn again twice. You kind of get the idea, right? The Beast Mortals was involved in this match too, right? Leo Rush, who's debuting this new gimmick, whatever it is, and Command, just to name some of the few guys. Also Jack Perry, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, shows up in a Jurassic school bus driven by Luchasaurus. Got a big pop. Again, he's from that town. And look, there's a moment in this match where everyone's fighting on the outside. There's no structure. There's no order, right? Everyone's fighting on the outside. Some guys are fighting in the ring. How can you tell who got eliminated or not? You don't fucking know. But it all went down to, and again, all this what's the word I'm looking for here? It transitioned into the main card. And we ended up having in the final two, Jack Perry and Ricochet. In the final two was those two guys. And as you would expect, You would think, okay, maybe Ricochet will retain here, but no, instead they gave it to Jack Perry. I mean, honestly, I really don't care. But at the end of the day, look, it's a moment for him. I remember years ago when SummerSlam was in the Staples Center, they showed him and his dad. I think they referenced that in video packages, stuff like that. So it was a cool moment for him. Hey, he's finally won this title, right? In the same building where his dad took him to a wrestling show many years ago. His mom was there, his sister was there. So that was cool. It's fine. It is what it was, what it was. There's a line from Deuce Bigelow she reminds me of. I have not seen the movie in a long time, but yeah. From there, we got the tag team championship match. We had FTR versus the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks had this special entrance. They went out there with their kids and their brother. And look, this was a banger of an opener. I said this before, like, you've seen one Young Bucks FTR match, you've seen them all. This was no different. Obviously, FTR was sporting the Boston Celtics color, while the Young Bucks were wearing Lakers colors. Of course, very apropos, being that they were in the building that they were. They were in the old Staples Center, right? The home that Kobe built, home of the Lakers. So it made sense for all intents and purposes. And of course, beginning of the match, there's blood, right? There's blood. People kicking out of a 1 count, which I'm not really big on. So a lot of these matches on the show where people kicked out at 1. Yeah, I don't know why. Do not know why. And again, the crowd was really into this. For the most part, the crowd was hot for this as an opener. But when it was all said and done, FTR did get the win, right? They did get the win. They beat the Young Bucks. So you thought you were gonna get this feel-good moment, right? Oh my God, they're home. They're fighting to honor to honor their families, right? And all this stuff. So you thought the Young Bucks getting the belt. Nope, did not happen. FTR, they're still the tag team champions. But when the match was over, the lights go out. And we see on the screen the word revenge being spelled out. And then you see the R, the way it was put out there, right? The R. Rated R, if you will. And out comes Adam Copeland. The return of Adam Copeland. And then we see the Titantron, right? The video for Christian Cage, right? Christian Cage comes out from behind as FTR is expecting them to, to be there, right? Whatever it was. And he showed up from behind. He beats, and again, he lays them both out. And again, we get this moment, right? They're back. They hold up the tag titles, right? The Young Bucks are behind them. So the way I look at this, we could be seeing FTR versus Cope and Christian, right? Most likely at Dynasty, right? Or maybe you set up a 3-way. Look, I was gonna say Double or Nothing, but then again, I wouldn't be shocked if they hold on to this. If they hold on until London, to Wembley, that would not surprise me at all. In a perfect world, they would do this at Double or Nothing, right? But something tells me they're going to hold on more likely until London for that kind of a match, right? But I'd be on board. Hey, Double or Nothing, you give me triple threat, right? Or if not, you know what? Maybe at Double or Nothing, maybe, just maybe, you do Young Bucks versus Cope and Christian. Maybe that's the way you go at Double or Nothing. It's the first time ever, right? These two teams go at it. But then again, we gotta wait and see how all this shit plays out. Because again, in my mind, I was like, yo, Double or Nothing, we're about to eat. And then it hit me. They have another pay-per-view before Double or Nothing. Dynasty. Yes. AEW Dynasty 2026, which will go live April the 12th from Vancouver, British Columbia. How many of you forgot about that pay-per-view? Be very honest. How many of you forgot about that pay-per-view. I totally forgot. They still got Dynasty. God damn it. God damn it. But more than likely, Cope and Christian are winning those belts in Dynasty. They're in Canada. Why would they not? Why would they not? So we'll see how that goes. From there, we got Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir in a everyone banned from ringside match. Look, it's crazy, right? Toni Storm last year was in a big profile match with Mariah May. And now here she is wrestling Marina Shafir. Now, to be fair, I'm not saying that Blake Monroe is out there taking the world by storm either. Let me be clear, okay? But to think that, she was in a big profile match last year, and now here she is curtain jerking with Marina Shafir. And again, I will say this again. Did this match need to be on the pay-per-view? No. However, I will say this. You would have thought, hey, they are in Los Angeles. It's the same night as the Oscars. You mean to tell me no one thought of, hey, let's give Timeless Toni Storm an Oscar-like entrance? Being that you're in LA, right? No one thought of that? No one behind the scenes, no one in creative, none of the good boys that's part of Team Tony did not think, hey, let's give Toni Storm some creative entrance for this show. Being that we're in LA, it's the same night as the Oscars or the Academy Awards, whatever you want to call it. No one thought of that? Seriously, no one thought of that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Bruh.
But the match itself, again, it was there. Nothing to really go crazy about other than the fact that there's a moment in this match where Toni Storm is biting the toe of Marina Shafir. And keep in mind, they're fighting on the outside through the crowd. Marina Shafir is walking barefoot. So she's walking around where people place their feet on and shit. And Toni Storm is she's biting on this. Marina Shafir went for the mother's milk, and Toni Storm bit the tit. She bit the tit. So there's that too. You know what I mean? But when it was all said and done, what do you know? Toni Storm did get the win. And again, somewhere in this match too, there's a kick out at 1. Oh boy. Now, when the match was over, you see Toni Storm, she's by the entrance stage, and she's doing butterflies and stuff like that. And who happens to hit the ring? None other than former UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, former WWE Women's World Champion, of course, the one, the only, Ronda Rousey shows up. And she hits the ring, takes off her jacket, right? She takes off her jacket, and she is staring. She is staring, obviously, at Toni Storm. So what does Toni Storm does? What does she do? She makes her way to the ring. And they have a pull-apart. A pull-apart brawl. Now, I understand that Ronda Rousey, a while back, had a match in Ring of Honor. It's no secret that Ronda Rousey is very good friends with Marina Shafir, part of the 4 Horsewomen. Now, I've seen a lot of fans on social media complaining, getting all upset, right? Now, look, however you want to feel, that's on you. You have that right to feel how you want to feel. I will say this. Does it bother me that Ronda showed up? No. Look, people are, and again, look, let's put it like this too, right? I get it. Ronda said some stuff that I don't agree with a while back. She did. Calling wrestling, the F word that ends with an E, right? Taking digs at Alexa Bliss, right? And all this other stuff, right? But when I see people on social media, why did you bring her? We do not want her here. I'm sorry. Who are you? What have you contributed to the business? What have you done? I'll wait. Look, it's also no secret. But again, you have a right to feel how you want to feel. I just hate this whole notion of fans, and you see them on social media, the crybabies, right? Wanting to invoke politics into pro wrestling, wanting to stick their political view into this. Like, no, let's not do that. Last time I checked, pro wrestling is an escape for a lot of people. You can have a lot of stuff going on in your life, right? You got bills that are stacked, that are piling up. You got, I don't know, a job that's a pain. You have a job where a manager or someone in the higher up is a pain in the ass towards you, right? So you find a distraction, whether it's on a Monday night, a Wednesday night, a Tuesday night, a Thursday night, a Friday night, or a Saturday night. There's wrestling every fucking day. Holy shit. So you find an escape. But when you got fans want to invoke politics into this shit, it's so fucking annoying. That being said, people are under this idea, hey, are we going to see Ronda Rousey wrestling Toni Storm? Because let's be honest here. Do we really, like, what's next for Toni Storm? She just beat Marina Shafir. What's next for her? Is she going to wrestle Tekla? Not right now. I mean, I'm sure you can do that eventually, but not right now, right? So Ronda's showing up, and look, it's no secret. Ronda Rousey has an MMA fight coming up on the 16th of May against Gina Carano. So the reality is, you know, double or nothing. Because I was thinking about this too. Maybe a double or nothing. They do the match, but that's on May 24th. Now, I said this a while back. To me, you know, Ronda Rousey going to beat Gina Carano. Matter of fact, both women haven't fought in MMA since Obama was in office. That being said, I don't think it's a good idea for Ronda Rousey to get into a pro wrestling match when she's in the middle of a MMA camp to train for a fight coming up on the 16th of May against Gina Carano. And I also found out today that they've added Nate Diaz versus Platinum Mike Perry. That's going to be a good fight, right? Despite how you may feel about that show. That being said, I don't think we're getting Ronda and Toni Storm at Double or Nothing. Now, if Ronda wants to wrestle again, by all means. I think it's crazy that you're going to see a lot of sickos. A lot of the sickos, oh, Ronda's great. Ronda's awesome. Ronda's this amazing wrestler. But yet, you were the same ones, the same usual suspects that were complaining and crying about why she here. We don't want her here. Point is, though, I can see Ronda versus Toni Storm. Honestly, I would save that for All in London. All in London, I would save that for. Now, how Tony Khan uses Ronda Rousey, time will tell. Time will tell. I don't need to see her live every single week, but if you want to put on that part-time, so be it. But yeah, that's what happened. After that, we got the AEW Continental Championship. No time limit. Jon Moxley, Konosuke Takeshita. And I thought the match itself, for what it was, it's a fucking good match. Just like their match at Grand Slam Australia, right? I see Tony and Mina versus Marina and Ronda more likely than Tony versus Ronda. I mean, I guess so, but what match has that umph? You know, has that chef's kiss, has that I must see. And look, I love Mina Shirakawa. But we don't need her in this match. Nah, we're good. Marina Shafir, yeah, I'm good. Tony versus Ronda, why not? London, why not? But let's get back to the Continental Championship match, right? And look, these two guys went out there, right? It was similar to their first match. These two guys had so many matches, by the way. Okay. So going into this, I'm like, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, this is the moment they give it to Takeshita, right? I thought he should have won. But then again, if you recall, on last Wednesday, I said this on the preview. Being that he did not want to attack Jon Moxley when the Don Callis family was holding him, right? Maybe that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass, right? And there's a moment in this match where Takesha's holding he's selling his leg, right? And it came back to haunt him because eventually Jon Moxley chokes him out and Takeshita passes out. So Jon Moxley retains the championship. He retains. And Moxley wants to go shake his hand. Takeshita didn't want to have nothing of it. So then he leaves. He's ready to leave, but then he has second thoughts. And he shakes the hand of Jon Moxley. So they embrace. So more than likely, this coming Wednesday, we will likely see the Don Callis family kicking out Konosuke Takeshita. Hey, man, you didn't bring home any gold. Even though, if memory serves me correct, isn't he the IWGP TV champion? Right? But maybe they'll find a way to boot him out. Oh, he's the weak link. And that's how we still get Okada and Takeshita at London. But then again, if it's not unification, then honestly, I would do it at Double or Nothing. I would do Takeshita and Okada at Double or Nothing. Why not? Go for it. But then after this, we see a video package. And we see this video package. It's a dude in the tank, right? If you ever watched Dragon Ball Z back in the day when the Saiyans would recover, like dude in the tank, right? And basically all this was for Will Ospreay. And Will Ospreay shows up. They play his music, right? And he literally lays out the Death Riders, including Jon Moxley. So you remember, it was the Death Riders who took out Will Ospreay. They took him out. So this was their way. This was his way of getting revenge. And likely, look, we're going to get Moxley and Will Ospreay for the Continental Championship, which is fine, right? But let me just say this real quick too. Like on this show, literally within the first hour and change, you saw the return of Will Ospreay, the return of Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, and return / appear, whatever you want to refer to it as, of Ronda Rousey. You mean to tell me, like, bro, we couldn't, like, did they really need to blow their load off the rip on this show? We could have, you mean to tell me that we couldn't have had Will Ospreay return on TV on Wednesday? You mean to tell me we couldn't get Cope and Christian to return on TV? Like, we didn't need all these returns on the same show, in my opinion. Okay? Sometimes less is good. Okay? In my humble opinion. I'm hoping we get Ospreay versus MJF at All In. More than likely. But for now, give me MJF. My bad. Give me Ospreay versus John Big Money Mox, right? And Takeshita won that belt on Don Callis' birthday. That being, I guess, the TV championship of New Japan. So that's the direction they're going to be going with. So it looks like likely we get Jon Moxley Ospreay at Dynasty. More than likely. But we'll see how that goes. From there, we got the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship of the Divine Dominion of Lena Cross and Megan Bayne versus the Babe of Wrath of Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Both Lena Cross and Willow Nightingale had a match early in the night. So now here they are again. And of course, Willow Nightingale is selling her shoulder from the match from earlier. And look, at this point, it was now or never. It was now or never for Megan Bayne. This woman has had so many opportunities at a championship and has loss after loss after loss after loss. It was now or never. No more fucking around. Okay. And damn it, I am so happy they've made Megan Bayne a champion in AEW. So happy. So yes, as you can tell, the Divine Dominion are now the new women's tag team champions. And again, I'll be honest, there were so many matches on the show. Did we really need this match on television? No, we did not. My bad. On the pay-per-view? No, we did not need this match on the fucking pay-per-view. Right? At this point, bro, like, look, this could have been on Dynamite on Wednesday. This could have been on Collision. But I did not need all these damn matches on the show. And I'm going to keep on repeating that. Call me a shill. I don't give a fuck. Sometimes less is good. Because at the end of the day, that other show, whether you like it or not, they can have 4 matches on the damn card. But you know what? They end at a reasonable fucking time, ladies and gentlemen. From there, we go to Swerve Strickland versus Brody King. And the match itself, you know, for the most part, for what it was, you know, it was okay. I'm not saying it was a bad match. I feel like if you have them run it back, they'll have a banger, an even better match, right? But what about this match? But one of the things, you know, about this match, right, was the fact that, hey, all of this because Kenny Omega referred to because Kenny Omega referred to Brody King as the baddest man in AEW, the toughest man in AEW, right? And there's a spot on the outside where Brody King hits a vertebreaker on the outside, on the concrete, on Swerve, right? But when it was all said and done, you know, look, Swerve Strickland got the win, right? And who happens to make a return? Kenny Omega. You know, the same Kenny Omega who went to Japan to do a Capcom convention, right? Here he is, right? More than likely, we're not getting Swerve in the title picture right now. We're likely going to get this at Dynasty. Kenny versus Swerve Strickland. Should be a good match for the most part. From there, we did get the AEW Women's Championship match. We have Tekla defending the championship against Chris Statlander, 2 out of 3 falls match. I'll be honest. I'm not saying their match was bad. I thought their match was, for the most part, a very entertaining match. I just don't think you need to be 2 out of 3s. Okay? Did not need to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. There's a moment there where the Sisters of Sin showed up, right, to call distraction. There's a moment where I guess Statlander had it won the 3rd fall, but when it was all said and done, Tekla with the spear getting the win. I'll be honest, you know, Chris Statlander right now looks lost. Creatively, she looks lost. If I'm being honest with you, it looks like she's counting the days. I don't know how much time is on her contract. I don't know. But if I'm a betting person, I'm under the impression that, she's not renewing. She's probably going to go elsewhere. And honestly, let it be. Let it be. Because right now, she just looks lost. At least Swerve versus Brody didn't have a belt involved. See, Tony, you can book a feud around personal issues. Exactly. 4 matches is way too little. 13 is way too many. There's never a middle. The Brawling Birds are the next AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. I don't hear anyone making a peep for the Brawling Birds, but okay. I feel bad for Penelope Ford. Damn injuries. Yeah, brother. Unfortunately. From there, we got the Trios Championship match. We had Jet Speed and Mystico versus the Don Callis family of Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. I'm going to say this again. Did this match need to be on the pay-per-view last night? No. Did not. But there it was. There it was. And I get it. You had Mystico, right? You're in LA. You probably thought that, oh, they're going to sing the song, right? Me muero. Nope. People did, but it's not like when they're in Mexico, right? And going into this, did I really think, hey, they're going to have the Don Callis family lose here? Which it happened. It was a bad night for the Don Callis family. A bad night, right? You had Takeshita losing to Jon Moxley, and now here you have, Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis losing the trios titles here. And who happened to get the winning pin? Well, it was Kevin Knight. Everyone thought, oh, Kevin Knight is buried, man. They're ruining him. But he got the winning pin for his team. And then after that, when it was all said and done, like they hoisted up a Mystico on their shoulder, that being Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, who, by the way, was sporting lucha mask throughout the match as well. And they put a graphic up. They put a graphic of Mystico being all elite. So yes, add Mystico as another dual contract. So he joins Persephone and he joins Máscara Dorada to have dual contracts with CMLL and AEW. AEW going after everybody, bro. Signing here, signing there. Matter of fact, bro, you can walk into an AEW show and Tony Khan will probably sign you. That's how crazy it is. But yeah, man, good for him though. For the most part, I think at least now Tony will have easy access to Mystico whenever he wants him. So there's that. From there, we had Andrade El Idolo versus Bandito. This for a lot of people was like the match they were looking forward to the most when it was announced, right? And these two guys went out there, and again, I enjoyed the match. What my issue is, why is this match happening so late in the show? And of course, as you expect, Andrade took off his pants, and he's taking photos with two women that were in the crowd, right? So there was that. I will say this. I like the fact that Bandito was sporting a Super Dragon style mask. For all my PWG heads out there. Takeshita is on his way out of the Don Callis family. So it seems. And again, their match itself was very good for what they were doing out there. And when it was all said and done, Andrade did get the win. As you expect, right? I do think, though, when they do go to Mexico for that Grand Slam Mexico show, you have Andrade versus MJF for the championship. That's what I would do, but we'll see. But again, I enjoyed the match for what it was. I thought Andrade winning was the right decision. Funny enough, Bandito is the Ring of Honor World Championship. You would have thought on commentary, Andrade just pinned the Ring of Honor World Champion, right? You would have thought that you would have thought they would have said, oh, he is next in line for the Ring of Honor World Championship, right? Well,
congratulations.
You've been worked. No one cared. No one cared about Ring of Honor anymore. I'm sorry. It is what it is, though. I mean, you can run it back. I mean, they still do Super Card of Honor, right? I guess Double or Nothing weekend, right? Or All In weekend. They do Super Card of Honor. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. But from there, we got another trios match. And again, I said this before. We did not need this match. We did not need this match on the card. All right. Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong. Fuck me. Versus the Dogs of David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. Oh boy. Holy fucking hell, bro. Holy hell. Again, at this point, it was 11 and change. Why am I seeing Roderick Strong on my television, on my screen? Why? What are we doing? This match did not need to happen on the fucking pay-per-view. I get Tony wants to get everyone on the show. Brother, I need you to learn one word. Consolidation. Look it up. Clark Connors and Tekla. What are they an item? Good for them. Good for them. But look, the least I talk about that match, the better. Okay, I did not need to see it. There it was. Yes, there was the usual crazy spots and all that stuff, and it was all said and done. You know, for whatever reason, they gave the win to Darby Allin, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. Yes, I agree. The dogs should have won. I have no idea why are we having the dogs. First of all, I hate the fucking name. I get why they can't be called the War Dogs. I get it, right? But why are we having them lose on their pay-per-view debut? Why? I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. You know, it's crazy, right? Like David Finlay could have been the leader of Burt, right? But instead, here he is, part of the losing team. Big whoop. After this, we got the main event. MJF, Heyman, Adam Page, the death match. I already talked about this already, right? It was a crazy ass of a match. Again, I did not need to see this match at fucking midnight. This match almost ended at 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. At that point, I'm already checked out. At that point, it's like, what the fuck, man? Why? Again, not a bad match. Not a bad match at all. Did not need to go for 45 fucking minutes. But there it was. The shit went about 45 minutes. Almost 40, over 45 minutes, right? And yes, they bled. They did all the indie bullshit that you see at these deathmatch, all the deathmatch spot that you see at these indie bullshit shows. OVW. The fucking the glass, the barbecue skewer, the syringe, the light tubes, the fucking the tape, the barbed wire board, you name it. They done all that stuff. They bled. They literally, bro, there was so much blood on this show. There's blood drives out there that are thrilled. You could have gave that blood to a blood drive donation. That's how much blood was on this show last night. And in the end of it. And by the way, yes, I wanted to see Darby versus Gabe Kidd in a no holds barred match at Revolution, but it is what it is. Fear not, Safet. Fear not, because this Wednesday on Dynamite, it will be Gabe Kidd and Darby Allin in a fucking coffin match.
Let's fucking go.
Big whoop. I like the ending, though, of the match. Like, keep in mind, they did this one spot. Right? This one spot that kind of like, bro, what are we doing? This should have been the end. They're by the stage area, and they're by the stage area, right? They're by the stage area, and they like this jump off the stage into like the pyro shit, right? And it's explosion everywhere, and they both get up. You're going to Double or Nothing, bro. That pay-per-view is going to be mad late too. Yes, but here's the difference, though. That's Memorial Day weekend. That's the next day is Memorial Day. I bet you didn't think about that one, did you? The next day is Memorial Day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Memorial Day, May 25th. May 25th, ladies and gentlemen. It is Memorial Day. In case you guys did not know, Double or Nothing 2026 is on May 24th. Ha ha! You ain't slick, buddy. You ain't slick. Ha ha. There's a difference, though. Double or Nothing is part of Memorial Day weekend. A good chunk of the U.S. population are not working that next day. Unlike last night, where people, again, in this case, who live on the East Coast, right, who had to sit there till almost 1 a.m., bro, they got work the next day. Kids got school the next day. First of all, why is your kid on a school night? Why is he or she up at almost 12:30 watching a pay-per-view? Why? I have no idea. I did like the ending, though, where MJF had, because they also brought the dog collar, right? They brought a dog collar for this match, too. And MJF throws Hangman, and he hangs him off the top rope, right? So Hangman being hung right off the apron, all that stuff, the same way he beat Jon Moxley at All In Texas. And he passes out. And as he's going, right, he hits his head on the camera. So there's blood on the lens. And that's how we ended with a 10 count. So the same way Hangman won the title is the same way he loses this match, right? And as a result, he can't challenge for the fucking title. Where do they go from here? Who knows? And look, maybe they'll find a way for Hangman to challenge for the belt. Yeah, Chris, I'm well aware. Thank you for reminding me, brother. Thank you. But look, man, as I expected, did not expect Hangman to win, even though he had that trumpet entrance, right? But still, the right person went over, right? Overall, I thought, oh my goodness, I thought Revolution was a very good show. I just wish they would have trimmed the fat on some of these matches on the show. Remember, less at times is good. Food for thought. Anyway, let's move on. Here. Because Raw is about to begin, and I know a lot of you can't wait to watch Monday Night Raw. That right, Chris Lucar? So from there, we go to SmackDown this past Friday. The big contract signing. Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes. I'm sure by now you all know at WrestleMania, it'll be those two. Yes, and I have a lot of my friends who are from Venezuela who I work with who will not be going to work. A lot of chamos are going to be happy or sad by the end of the night. A lot of the chamos will be happy or upset. Check up on your Venezuelan friends. Check up on them. So they signed the contract, right? Again, it's this big moment, right? And then Randy Orton attacks Cody Rhodes. Bloodied him up, right? Puts him through a table, RKO him and all this stuff. He literally just beat the fuck out of him. And look, there's a lot of people out there who were cheering this shit. They were cheering in the crowd when this happened, right? You heard the voices in his head. And not for nothing, I am all for this. But what this tells me is Randy's not winning at Mania. Cody's going to retain. And the reality is this, right? Cody Rhodes is going through the entire 2002 OVW class in the main event of Mania. Last year, John Cena. This year, Randy Orton. Next year, Brock Lesnar. And after that, Batista. Let's go for it. But again, I thought overall, it was good. I enjoyed it, right? Third straight year that they bloodied Cody. Yes, exactly. WrestleMania 40. The Rock bled him up in front of his fucking his front of his van. Last year, Cena bloodied him up at Chamber, and now here we are, Randy Orton blooding up Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. I look forward, and look, honestly, if I'm them, I am not having Cody showing up on TV till a couple weeks to sell the fact that he got his ass handed to by Randy Orton. But I enjoyed it for what it was. Very, very good. Now, before I ever put a bow on this, I do want to talk about what happened on Friday. Now, I'm sure on Friday before SmackDown, you all were on social media, right? You all were on social media and you saw what happened with the video surfaced, a video from Ohio Valley Wrestling, OVW. And the video, it shows a referee having a seizure. Now, I saw the video. And so what happened was the referee who in this situation ended up having the seizure. The referee, whose name, I'm trying to figure it out here, guys. Bear with me here. 1 second here. Oh my goodness. I had it here. I had it. There you go. Dallas Edwards. That's his name. Dallas Edwards. Right. He was supposed to take this spot, right? A ref bump. And he proceeded to have a seizure. And the wrestlers around the ring continued to wrestle their match, like get their shit in. One of the wrestlers grabs the referee and just dragged him or pulled him to the side, whatever it was, just so the guys can continue their match, which was disgusting. There's no place for that in wrestling. I'm sorry. Like, how much of a piece of shit you have to be to realize, to not realize that someone is having a fucking seizure, but you want to get your shit in. It's disgusting. Thankfully, he's going to be on the road to recovery. I know his girlfriend posted something on social media. I know he also posted, that being the referee here. Oh my God, Dallas Edwards posted something as well. He's going to be okay. My thing is this, right? Now, I don't know if it was a live episode or one of those pre-taped, whatever it was. You mean to tell me, OVW, you guys been around for how many years? You guys could not play a video package or something while this was happening? Again, it's disgusting. It's so unacceptable. I hope the kid, again, I hope the referee makes a speedy recovery. But again, it's so fucking disgusting, the shit that we see, you know? But yeah, that's my thoughts. Guys, much love to all of you. Thank you for watching. Raw's about to begin. See, I told you, I'll get you out of here before 8 p.m. Or in some cases, like the baseball game, Italy, Venezuela. The arepa or the espresso. It's up to you to decide. All right. But that being said, guys, tomorrow, Champions League, a la Madrid. Real Madrid gets the job done tomorrow against Manchester City. Cannot wait. Once again, a la Madrid. That being said as well, tomorrow, Raw rundown, my thoughts on Monday Night Raw. And then Thursday, something about Dynamite, my thoughts on AEW Dynamite from this week coming up. All right. Follow me on X at Heel Steven. Follow the Around the Point Network over on X at AT Network. Much love to all of you once again. For myself, what about that thumbnail, huh? Look at that thumbnail. Look at that. Happy 316 day. Oh, hell yeah. What? This has been Steve's Kitchen. What? On the Around the Point Network. What?
Listen. Fuck up. Get out.
What? Oh, hell yeah. Happy 316 day, everybody.